Okay, guys, so we are back, hot off the heels of the anniversary Fate channel, and oh, they've already added a notification here for Hero Rises. Interesting. Yeah, Joel already did his video on which units he would advise people to vote for. I'll go ahead and do one as well, probably later tomorrow. And then, of course, we have the brackets for Shadows Cup and also CYL 10, and it's pretty much exactly who you would expect. With the one surprise, I think, is Dimitri beating Ike. But is it really that much of a surprise? Probably not so much. Okay, and then we have, just more information on the Shadows Cup. Thank God that Tsubasa won twice. So at the bare minimum, we're getting 2 new TMS characters. But this seems like as good a time as any for them to just go ahead and do a brand new banner for TMS. Like, give us Maiko, give us Toma, give us TMS Tiki. All those characters that people have wanted for a long time. Just get them in the game. Just get it over with, right? Like, just throw us a bone, man. They won CYL. This is their year. Give them a shot. You never know, right? Like, they might actually be able to make some sales with their banner. Okay, so we have that, and then, of course, they link to the Fate channel itself. But what we're going to talk about right now is the update notification, which, in hindsight, I actually should have talked about this yesterday when it dropped. But for some reason, I was so confident they were going to cover, at the very least, the remixes in the Fate channel. Because typically they do. Like, when they do these Fate channels and they have a new update coming out with remixes, they will cover the remixes in the Fate channel. But this time they didn't do that, so I really should have been on it when it came to this. So, Arena is being updated. The free summon ticket for getting 5 consecutive wins in Arena will be updated. As we already saw in the Fate channel, they showed us which new units are going to be demoted and added to the pool for the Arena summon tickets. So, just, if you want a refresher on that, check out the Fate channel. They're adding 5 new maps to Arena. Oh, God. They didn't talk about those maps in the Fate channel either, now that I think about it. They didn't show the new Arena maps. But do we really need more Arena maps? I'll tell you what they're going to be as well. It's going to be like 50% of the map is going to be defense tiles, and 50% of the map is going to be breakable walls. Because that's literally how they do all these Arena maps. And trenches everywhere. So, yeah, alright, there you go for that. And then the Mythic Hero remixes we're getting are Nerthuz, and also for Legendary, we're getting Legendary Yuri. So, let's see what Mommy Nerthuz is up to here. Fruit of Life Plus, if unit can transform. Transformation effect gains if unit is in 2 spaces of a beast or dragon, or if number of adjacent allies other than beast or dragons is less than or equal to 2 as a trigger condition. If defending an AR, then at the start of enemy turn 1, unit transforms. At the start of turn, and after unit acts, if Kanto triggers after Kanto, inflicts speed and defense -7, exposure, and sabotage on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces. That's so stock standard now. The Valentine Edelgard, who came out ages ago, does the same thing. Like, just to give you an example of how commonplace those 2 statuses are, in that exact same manner of inflicting them. Then also inflicts attack speed defense -5 on the foe, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's speed, reduce damage from foes' attacks by 40%, reduce damage from foes' attacks by 20% of unit's speed. Unit's next attack deals damage equal to total damage reduced from foe's first attack. So she always had this. She had the built-in reflect on speed-based DR, which is pretty good. And then total damage reduced from their first attack by any source, including other skills. So it stacks with Reflex, and it should stack as well with the Entwined Ash support that she gives. She kind of gives Drive Reflex. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of similar. And then neutralize effects that grant tempo, pretty much. Yeah, so she has tempo there built in, and then after combat, inflicts gravity on the target and foes in 1 space of target. Way too stock standard, nothing really out of the ordinary here. This is not boding too well for Nerthuz, unfortunately. Okay, then we have her new C skill is going to be Dark Beast Force, which actually that's an okay one. It's kind of like a Omni Feud skill for beast units, and then it gives you a little bit of true damage as well. So Feud, obviously very good, and that could be a decent fodder skill. Okay, then we have Legendary Yuri, who is getting attack speed Hex Edge. I believe he had attack and speed Hex Blade when he came out. So not really that different of an upgrade for him. They could have gave him a different skill in the B slot, I think. I don't even remember what his default B skill was. It's been a while since this guy came out, but I don't even have him, by the way. He's one of the legendary heroes I don't have a single copy of. Never able to summon him. So, yeah, I really don't remember what his B skill was. But to give him Hex Edge seems like a little redundant with him having Hex Blade. Even though, yeah, obviously Hex Edge is way better. But I feel like they could have did something a little different there. Okay, then for his C skill, Dromi 2 enables Kanto 2. When Kanto triggers, enables units to use Foul Play on an ally. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So he could potentially double Foul Play, because he has the assist, and then he can do it on his C skill after he triggers Kanto there. For foes in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit, inflicts all stats -5, and neutralize foes' bonuses during combat. There you go, bam. Already he's better. Where was all of this on Nerthuz, man? Like, within the first 2 paragraphs, this guy is already good. Or at the very least, he's not, like, a nobody. He's contributing to the team in some way. With the movement and positioning, with Foul Play, double Foul Play, basically. And then he also has a Crux debuff. Like, there you go. At start of turn, grants unit can move 1 extra space. After start of turn, skills trigger. If stall is active on unit, neutralizes the gravity effect, basically, of that skill. So you can't really stall him. And also, unit deals +7 damage and reduces damage from foes' attacks by 7. If unit initiates combat and foes attack and trigger foes special, inflicts scowl on the enemy before their first attack. Which, that's the same thing as the... They had a dagger scowl skill. I think it was called Pulse Smog. So that's pretty much why he has that. Yeah, I mean, all the rest of that stuff, like the anti-stall is cool because Heimdallr obviously inflicts stall and she's everywhere. So him being able to have an out against stall is pretty good. And then with the double Foul Play, and then this guy being a dagger type unit, you can just have him waltz right in onto traps and then break the trap and then Foul Play somebody in. So he does have some shenanigans that he can pull, some useful shenanigans. It just sucks that he's legendary locked, because he would actually be a pretty competent reposition bot for Aether Raid's offense if you could use him in any season. Okay, so there we go with that. Then we have the new Ephemera codes. We're getting, let's see here, Valentine Ephraim and then Valentine Takumi, who I'm predicting Takumi is going to be our Tempest Trial prize for this banner. And by the way, I did a breakdown on all of the predicted Tempest Trial units that we're going to be getting on the upcoming events. So if you want more information on that, if you couldn't figure it out, I basically cracked the code on this. And now that we're getting Takumi, it seems like I was on the money with my prediction there. It's basically the first unit that was showed on the banner. Every single time. Like, every one of those seasonal banners, for the corresponding banner that they're going to give us a unit for, you just look at which unit was revealed first on the banner, and it seems like that's going to be who ends up as the Tempest Trial freebie. Because that's what they did for the New Year Ash and also the Caden Nino. Okay, then for our Tempest Trial manual, we're getting the Groom Banner Finn. And then we have Tsubaki, we have Sorin, and then we have Kane, or was that Abel, right? Abel. And then we have Oswin. Okay, sure. All right, then for our... Let's see, wait, they said something about divine codes. Oh, that's just the Ephemera code thing. For a second, I thought, oh, wait, are they getting us ready for Ephemera code or divine code 7 coming up soon? But that's not going to be right now. That's going to be like midway. We'll get that around like June, July time. Okay, so the refinery update, these are the units getting refines here. We have Moose Spell, which is good because we got Niffle last time, and actually Niffle's refine is pretty solid. So I'm expecting Moose Spell to also get one. Then we have, oh, who's that? Volk? Next to Yuri there, all the way at the end. So we're getting Volk, we're getting Legendary Yuri, obviously. Which version of Tana is that? Frelian Star, is that baby Tana? Because the regular Tana got her refine a long time ago, and all the other Tanas have been seasonal units. I think that's baby Tana. I could be mistaken. She looks kind of small there. So I'm going to guess that's Baby Tana. And then, of course, Yuri and Nerthuz, they're getting their refines. And then we have also Violend. And then we have Salem. So Violend is going to be our demote remix this time. Hopefully he gets something good, but I wouldn't hold out too much hope, man. Sometimes the 3-star demote refines are crazy. Sometimes they're just not good at all. And it leans more towards them not being good at all most of the time. All right, more Memento events. Looks like Kieran is hiding in the bushes, and Alphonse is trying to... What are they doing? They're playing hide and seek? Like Kieran's looking for him. He's probably hiding in the bushes. Okay, structures are getting their level cap updated. The Panic Manor this time. I have to say this every single update, man. I can't hold back. Where is the Hex Trap upgrade? Because all it takes is one upgrade to the Hex Trap to make it better. 65 HP is a little too easy to meet once blessings are accounted for from all the mythic heroes you're running on offense teams. And then now it's easier than ever with those HP 5 Sacred Seals that also are giving stats. So all it takes is one upgrade to the Hex Trap, and then it's actually useful again. But I don't know. They just... The only structure that needs an upgrade is the only one they're not giving it to. Then we're getting new tracks added to the concert hall. We're getting The Forgotten from Three Houses and Silver White Heart from Engage. Can't remember what either of those are off top. More favor level for Summoner Duels. We're getting the final upgrade. The final 2, like, genuine Tempestral units are being added to the shop now, Raphael and Zelkov. And then we're going to start getting the new, like, old school 5 stars being added as Tempestral units from now on. So Ash is going to be in this one, and then the next one will have Caden Nino and so on and so forth. Oh, finally! Dude, wow. May and Tiki finally getting their artworks. Isn't that just straight up May's artwork from Echoes? It doesn't look very different. They probably just used the same artwork, and I wouldn't blame them if that's what they did. But it does look actually a lot better than the original. Who was it? Gao Papa? Or Gao, or whatever his name is, the guy who originally drew the art for these two. Yeah, so the original art for May was really not that good. The Summer Tiki art was fine, but like... That May had one of the weaker artworks, and either they were going to give her a resplendent art upgrade or they were going to do this, and now she actually looks like May again, which is fine. And then, of course, Tiki, which this one doesn't even look all that different. She really just looks the same as the I kind of like the original one a little bit more from Gao, but I mean, it's not, like I said, it's really not all that different. So, yeah, very nice. Now you can summon May without having a sprite jump scare. Okay, we will fix a bug where when an AI-controlled unit attacks a hero that has been granted Foresight Snare, under certain circumstances and when that attack is canceled, the units on the AI control side do not start moving towards opposing units. Oh, really? Heroes that have been granted Foresight Snare status effect will cancel attack from foes when no combat instances have been fought on that turn and will end their action. We confirmed a bug where in such cases the game will switch to the other army's phase, with units on the AI control side that are able to move not initiating movement towards opposing units. Yeah, that's a big deal. Especially for Aether Raid's defense, because if you're running New Year Heimdallr on offense, and you're using Foresight Snare on offense, which is like hella valuable actually, because normally defense teams are designed in a way where they're going to try to snipe one unit, and they have like they have that one unit like Baby Camilla or New Year Balder or someone who's extending their range either with Micaiah Ring or with Divine Nectar to get the rally and get the extra action, like stuff like that. And they're just banking on that one unit with crazy reach getting a sneak attack on somebody. So if you have Foresight Snare, that just like stops any chance of that happening. So like if you're taking away the one offensive option that defense teams have with Foresight Snare, that's like an easy way to just clear your fights for Aether Raids. And if this is how that was working before, that's a big no-no, man. Not to say defense is already dead with Legendary Elise, but at least they had more of a chance. After the update, if a unit on the AI control side is able to move after effects of Foresight snared or triggered, it will then move. Okay. Yeah, so obviously the biggest update in this whole batch is May and Tiki getting artwork again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about the remixes in the comments section down below. This is your boy Tacho signing out, but we are off to a pretty rockin' start here for the anniversary, man. Looking really good.